Across this great nation, there is a culture of people who carry on a heritage. They have an intangible quality that can't be described, but it comes from deep within their hearts. They share an appreciation for the greatest things that come from Mother Earth. They watch over, understand, and care for the vast wilds of this great country. Fishing, hunting, and trapping are the foundations that Canada was built on. For over 2 centuries, we have taken to the woods and water to pursue wild game. Today, it's about conservation, preservation, and wildlife management. Whether you are a man or woman, fish or hunt, you should support sound wildlife management and proudly say, I am an angler and hunter. The Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters proudly presents Angler and Hunter Television. Brought to you by Canadian Tire, a proud partner of Angler and Hunter Television. Mercury Marine and Lund Boats. Yamaha ATVs. Winchester Ammunition. Browning Firearms. Suffolk's Fishing Line. Rapala. Camillus Knives. Excalibur Crossbows. And Yukon Gear. Got one.
Oh, he's right out there. Lake Ontario is home to some of Canada's best fishing opportunities. That's a good looking little salmon right there. And over the past few years, we've highlighted some of them, from lake trout in the Niagara, wow, pike in the GTA.
Not a bad pike for hanging around Pickering.
And giant walleye near Kingston. But the true king of the lake is one that grows so big that every summer thousands of anglers from all over the globe converge on the waters of Lake Ontario, hoping to land the big one and cash in on hundreds of thousands of dollars in the Great Ontario Salmon Derby. The Derby boasts an average participation of 21,000 people annually, which is one of the largest freshwater fishing events in North America. Fishermen and women compete for various weekly prizes, including cars, cash, tackle, rods, reels, and a Toyota SUV for the heaviest salmon overall. Around the same time the Salmon Derby's wrapping up in September, these leviathans begin migrating into the countless rivers and creeks that feed into the lake. Piers and river mouths will often be dotted with anglers hoping to hook into one of these big migrators as they begin their run up the rivers. But if you time it right and find a good boat launch near a river, then casting from a boat can put you right in the thick of the action. Wow, what a morning. It's the end of summer, and I'm in this beautiful Lund. It's the first year for this boat. It's the 1875 Pro V Bass, and the layout is incredible. Flipping decks, consoles, live wells. I mean, the whole thing was made for bass fishing. And look at this area. Looks pretty bassy, eh? Unfortunately, I'm not bass fishing today. I'm actually going to be going out to a mouth of Lake Ontario here on a river and looking for big Chinook salmon. So the trick to catching these salmon, especially in the mouth of these rivers and when they first start coming in, is to come and hit the rivers just after a rain. Hopefully the water's a bit brown and muddy. Usually that triggers the fish to start migrating. So we had a rain, I come down here, the water's brown, and I'm going to be throwing a real bright lure. So this is a Lure Jensen Quick Fish, and it has a real wide wobble when you reel it slow. And it drives salmon crazy for some reason. I fished these for years. Even when I was a kid, I'd come down and fish off the shore and throw these things and catch them. But because this water's so brown, you want to use bright colors. Hot orange, fire tiger, even like a white and black looks good in this water. But I'm mostly going to throw fire tiger here because that's been my favorite over the years. And I'm just going to throw it on like a bass rod, cast it out, and reel it in really slow. But one thing I'm going to look for, because this is just a creek, is deep water. So with the Humminbird, everything here is 2 feet deep, so you don't think you're going to see much with a fish find. But what we'll do is we'll troll along in here, and then we see a drop to 3, 4, even 5.5 feet. We'll mark those areas and then come back, because that's where all those salmon will be piled up in the pools. So I'm going to tie this on, start casting, and hopefully hook into some fish. There isn't much real room here for these fish. It's like a trough about a boat and a half wide. It's shallow and muddy, as you can see here. The fish just sort of stage at this corner, I think, until we get a rain, and then the water gets high enough and they'll actually start moving up the river to the dams. Oh, there's a follow. Man, come on. Another foot. See, you run out of space in here. I see one swimming right now. Got him. I knew he was in there. There he is. Whoa! It's just a baby. That was crazy. I think that's a brown. No, salmon. Small salmon. He's done. That's a cool little fish, eh? Finally, one of those followers turned into a fish in the boat. Oh. Wow, that's a wicked fish. Just a little guy. He's got hooks everywhere, this guy. Whew. Ornery. There. Look at that. That's a little male. Nice kype on him. Cool fish, hey? He's gonna take right off. Whoa! Slipped out of my hand. Oh, well, if that's anything, there's lots of fish in here, so the potential, I think, is gonna be pretty good. Casting that quick fish. Cool little bait, hey? Just wobble side to side, and those salmon hate it.
This portion of Angler and Hunter Television brought to you by Yamaha ATVs.
Oh! Heart attack. You gotta see the size of the fish that just, I put the talon down. You gotta see the size of the salmon that just came behind. It's so cool. It's like musky fishing. You don't think of it like that, but these are monstrous predators. And I almost got this back to the boat, and that fish just arced, and I saw its tail turn. Whew. That fish was hot. I might be able to catch it if it's that aggressive. There's the Bowmanville Creek Anglers Association. I don't know if they're still around or not, but years ago, before they had a fish ladder at the dam, they used to actually pen off the deep pool. Lucky Strike would sponsor the event. And we would all go through the pool, wading through the pool, netting salmon, put them in a sling, and they had a cable that would run them up the dam and dump them on the other side so they could spawn. I think now there's a fish ladder there that the salmon can actually get by. There's one. Yeah, right in the hole. I just talked about that. Wow, he's coming back. Woo! Ah, man, that a boy. Take that drag, run with it, jump. Let's see ya. I just about got that right. He's off. Oh no, he's on still. He turned, that's how fast they turn. He came back like a shark. I thought he was gone. Just keep your drag adjusted right and things will work out. Come on, it's gonna jump, it's gonna jump. Oh, he's turning. Oh, look at that, he's a dark, dark fish. These things are beasts. Now you'll see that quick fish. He's probably just swallowed it, man. They just smash these things. And this guy engulfed it. Now that's not a giant, but that's a healthy fish. This might be a female. Males have a big kite. I'm not a salmon expert by any stretch, but this one's ready to come in the boat. I'm gonna Lucky Strike him here. Come on, turn. in the net. Oh, look at that. Again, how lucky can you get when that hook pops off like that? Now you can usually get these in the boat and let them go pretty quick if they cooperate, but they're strong. Yeah, so this, look at that. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a female. You can see the pink skein coming out. That's a beautiful fish. So that's a female. She's gonna be full of eggs and she's gonna go up here and spawn. Wicked. I can let her go right here in the shallows for you. That's awesome. Quick fish. Real quick fish. You go get bigger. Hey. Whew. Clocked her. She was really aggressive. Come on. You're free. Bye. Wow. Just like that, that's how easy it happens.
This portion of Angler and Hunter Television brought to you by Winchester Ammunition.
It's an incredible thing, the amount of salmon that run up the tributaries into Lake Ontario. Bowmanville Creek, Credit River. Oh, I just got whacked there. Credit River, the Ganaraska River, I mean, the Oshawa Creek, you name it, all the creeks have giant salmon migrations. But these big Chinook salmon are roaming the deep waters of Lake Ontario all summer, and the Great Ontario Salmon Derby goes on for almost 3 months. And there's thousands of anglers out there trying to hook into, you know, a 30, 40, sometimes up to close to a 50-pound Chinook salmon.
This year has been amazing for the Great Ontario Salmon Derby. It's hard to believe that 20 years have gone by. That we call it a derby, but it's actually 7 derbies in one. Because every week there is a derby that stands alone with 10 prizes. We have a 4Runner, a Toyota 4Runner. And what a nice prize that is, right? It's a nice $45,000 vehicle. So that's not bad, going out and doing what you love to do, fishing. But once you get hooked on it, you get hooked, right?
There. Oh! Oh! I just missed one. You have a tendency to want to reel these fast, these quick fish, but the trick is to reel them slow. If you reel them fast, they kind of lose control and they'll roll. Here, you just want to kind of slowly turn your handle. Got one right there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! See that? You throw this thing enough in here and you get them. He just came and drove that thing. You got to be careful though. Make sure your drag's loose, because the runs these fish can take is incredible. Look at me, I got a pull drag. That thing leaped. What a beast. I'm fighting this fish in 3-4 feet of water. Like you would think I'm in 15 feet of water. He might jump again. Look how fast he's going. Wow! Incredible strength. Oh my gosh. He's probably more than 20 pounds. We got an audience. This is great. I'm gonna lift up the trolling motor for this guy. I don't want him to get snagged in it. Here he is, look at this thing. Whew. I'm gonna net him. Maybe not. I got him whooped. Oh, he doesn't want to go in that net. Look at that quick fish, right in his snout. Don't get off now, don't get off now. Got him. The bait's out, look at that. Wow. this guy is giant. What a monster. Yeah, that bait came out. Wow, look at that. Incredible fish. Man, oh man. He just torched that thing. You just reel it slow, crank it along, and these big beasts just come up and smash it. Look at the strength of this fish. It's taking everything I got to hold on to him. I gotta let him go. Oh my God, what a monster this guy is. Ah, there. Whew. Oh, that's incredible. What a beast. He annihilated that thing. Come on, you wanted to go. Here he goes. Whew. Look at me, I'm spent. Just like that. I mean, I'm reeling, I'm casting, nothing's happening, and the next thing you know, my rod is almost ripped out of my hands. And he just torqued that quick fish. Pretty simple lure. I mean, I went to CT and picked up 3 or 4 of them, different colors. I just reel it through that pool nice and slow. He came almost into a foot of water in that mud and drove that thing and then just took off. Holy.
The Fishing Edge is brought to you by Minn Kota and Humminbird.
To get the edge over the salmon, I used a Rapala R-Type 6.5 foot medium heavy bait cast rod, paired with an R-Type bait cast reel. I spooled up with 20-pound Suffolk Siege monofilament, tied to a size K9 Lure Jensen Quickfish. The Minn Kota Altera allowed me to sneak through the shallows where I could anchor near deep water runs with the Talon. A trusty Lucky Strike net made sure these monsters came in the boat. The weather for this fishing trip was hot and sunny with light winds, which had the salmon stacked in deep runs waiting for the fall rain. Come and get it. Somewhere there's another one. The Chinook salmon can grow up to 40 or 50 pounds in Lake Ontario. Whoa, giant! With fish around 20 pounds being the norm. It's got a lamprey on him. Look at this guy. I can't even gain it. Look at that. Look at him go. I don't know how big this thing is, but it's gotta be huge. Whoa, what a monster. I pull it as hard as I can without trying to break my line. Now, I bet this fish weighs more than this line. I think this is 20-pound Suffix. And he's just swimming away with me. I can't gain anything on him. You know? Here I go, I got him coming now. I still hardly can get a look at this thing. Oh my goodness. Come back next week when we finish this episode and I land this fish. I just want to get a look at him. Okay. I got him! Oh, the lure's off! Oh, he came off. Look at the size of the lamprey on this thing. Oh. Look at the lamprey. Oh, hang on. He's gonna get crazy. I want to try and get the hook out of here. Easy, easy. Okay. That's a giant Chinook salmon. And he's got a sea lamprey stuck to the side of him. The lamprey might let go here. I'm gonna try. Oh, I wanted to get my hook out of here so I don't get tangled in the net, but I don't think I'm gonna. Let me get my pliers. There. Wow, what a suction this thing has. He goes right back to that fish. Okay, let me get this guy. Easy. Okay. This thing is a monster. Wow! Look at this thing! Now, Look at that lamprey wound right there. That is terrible, but that hung on to that fish that whole time. Sea lamprey are dangerous and invasive species that come into the Great Lakes through shipping canals and ship ballasts. If you encounter a sea lamprey, or to get information on invasive species like the sea lamprey, visit www.invadingspecies.com. Look at that. What an awesome fish. Oh, he's tensing up. Man, so after that fight and having that lamprey on him, probably pretty tired, but he's gonna be thankful that that lamprey's not sucking his the blood out of him anymore. Holy smokes.
Closed captioning of Angler and Hunter Television is brought to you in part by Ontario Out of Doors Magazine. Angler and Hunter Television has been brought to you by Canadian Tire, Mercury Marine and Lund Boats, Yamaha ATVs, Winchester Ammunition, Browning Firearms, Suffolk's Fishing Line, Rapala, Camillus Knives, Excalibur Crossbows, and Yukon Gear. For more information on the products used in this episode of Angler and Hunter Television, visit ahtv.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Remember, conserve and protect our great outdoors.